Dillon Gabriel has broken his silence about Joe Flacco being traded, and he has some things to talk about with Shedeur. And there's some more Cleveland Browns drama, dog. And in words of Coach Prime, we don't really care about the Cleveland Browns, but we do care about Shedeur. So we finna report on this whole situation. So we all know Joe Flacco got the boot of a lifetime, man. They got him the hell out of Dodge in Cleveland and sent him up the road to Cincinnati. Well, I guess what? I am here to tell you that Dillon Gabriel broke his silence about the matter, and he had a lot of stuff to say, man. Let's check out.
Dillon Gabriel just went from smiling in those friendly practice photos to secretly Googling how to act unbothered when the heat's on. Because here's the twist. Shedeur Sanders just stepped into that QB2 spot like it was always his seat. And once Joe Flacco got traded, you could feel the tension hit the room instantly. All that locker room energy flipped, side eyes flying, fake laughs turning shaky, and every playbook flip sounding louder than usual. Did Shedeur really shake up the whole depth chart before the season even began? Oh, it's about to get wild!
How'd you find out? What was the reaction?
Yeah, found out we had, a QB meeting, got to talk to Joe right before he was heading out. But like I said before, I appreciate him. He's, a part of the journey and this journey for me individually in the NFL. So grateful for him and, wish him the best of luck for sure. I'm not surprised by anything at this point in the NFL.
If you're locked in, hit that subscribe button. It helps way more than you think. Dillon Gabriel just caught one of football's toughest lessons the hard way. Never, ever underestimate the son of Dillon Sanders, especially when that son's got a cannon for an arm, a highlight reel that could play for hours, and confidence so bold it could light up the whole stadium by itself.
How many games will Dillon Gabriel last?
It depends on how he plays, obviously. And I thought he played decent in the other day against the Vikings. I really did. And I know I watched the show, and I know you guys were back and forth. He did. To be a rookie, to go overseas, to play in that environment, to make your first start.
Have you ever played abroad?
I never played, but I was a backup when we went abroad.
Yes, it's
that
a lot.
schedule
It's hell, man. I'm telling you.
And on top of that,
I don't care how long you've been playing.
You're playing
a
Brian Flores defense, and that's no easy task.
For months, folks were cracking jokes, saying Shedeur Sanders wasn't going to touch the big league anytime soon. Well, guess what? All that laughing stopped real quick. Because now Shedeur ain't just in the building, he's sitting at QB2 for the Cleveland Browns, just one locker away from sliding right into Dillon Gabriel's spot. The silence in that room says it all. The storm's already here.
Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders should get every single snap in practice. You know why? Because in July and August, we had this dumb quarterback competition with 4 quarterbacks, and it stunted the growth of Dylan Zappy. Look, I'm getting them all mixed up between Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders because they had to share snaps with Kenny Pickett.
Oh, how fast the tables flipped. This was supposed to be Dillon Gabriel's big moment. His shot to lead the squad, quiet the haters, and finally show he could bring a little swagger to the field. But now, he's the one anxiously checking his phone every few minutes, making sure the depth chart didn't get updated while he was sleeping. The pressure's real and the spotlight's burning hotter than ever.
Shedeur is way better than Dillon Gabriel. He just is. If Shedeur had started from the start, game 1 against Cincinnati at home, they would be the talk of the NFL right now because I look at the fourth quarter yesterday, they go 0 for 4 on third down because Dillon was playing not to lose. Don't throw it to them, don't put it on the ground. And he did a great job of that. But on one of those third downs, you have to try to make a play to win the football game. And trust me, no matter what Stefanski called, Shedeur would try to win the football game because it's how he was raised. You're going to make a play because you were born to make a play.
Let's not grade.
You can almost feel the tension thick in the air. It's that kind of energy you can't fake because Shedeur's presence alone changes the entire vibe. Cameras can't get enough of him, fans light up the second he steps on the field, and coaches can't help but grin when he drops a perfect spiral in practice. It's like the whole team just remembered what real charisma looks like in a quarterback room. And let's be real, the fan base smells blood in the water. They've seen Shedeur Sanders do the impossible under pressure, slice defenses like a chess master, and move with the calm of a veteran. They remember those college clips, the footwork, the precision, the swagger, and now they're all whispering the same thing. Dillon's in trouble, not a small kind of trouble either. Everyone thought a backup would quietly hold a clipboard, but Shedeur's rocking confidence like it's designer cologne and grinning like he already knows how this movie ends. You could see it on Gabriel's face in practice, that polite, nervous smile when you realize the guy beside you might just take your job. The jokes started fading, the warm-ups got longer, and suddenly all that healthy competition talk started sounding real serious. Dillon better step up fast before Shedeur steps right past him.
I agree with everything you said.
Okay.
My only concern, or what I believe is, it's really kind of going to come down to, because when you have a quarterback in, decisions are being made, not always just off the best thing for the team.
No.
It's almost like if them calls are coming from up top and Stefanski and that seat is getting hot and then that crowd is getting loud, we can see Shedeur sooner than the bye week.
Okay.
The best thing for him would be after the bye week, because I want it to be fair. Create something for him where now he has all of this time, because he's not going to leave and go. So he's going to be in that building because he's a football head. That's who he is.
Yeah.
So
Now let's get into the trash talk, because Dillon Gabriel really thought he had the game on lock for a minute. He dropped a few slick lines, threw a couple light jabs about earning your spot, and flashed that little smirk that only works when you're the main guy in town. But now, every one of those words is bouncing back at him like karma with cleats on, blowing a whistle and keeping score. Because Shedeur doesn't talk, he proves it with lasers downfield, picture-perfect accuracy, and poise that makes defensive coordinators lose sleep. And if you're Dillon, you've got to be asking yourself, how did it flip this quick? 1 week you're QB1, posing for press photos, joking about chemistry, and the next you're looking over your shoulder wondering if the camera's still pointed at you. Let's be real. Dillon Sanders didn't raise a backup. He raised a walking headline, a competitor built for the spotlight, a brand that sells belief. And when Dillon said his son was destined for greatness, people rolled their eyes. But now those same folks are watching the clips, running the stats, and quietly asking the real question, how long before QB2 becomes QB1?
it fairly. That's all I'm saying.
I graded it fairly. Like,
you really want to, you said I want him to play bad so Shedeur can get
I do, but some teachers might want this kid to do bad, but when he turned that test in, she just got to grade that.
I believe Shedeur's better as well, but if we're going to grade, stop grading with bias.
All right, grading without bias. QBR for the game. Dillon Gabriel was a 38 on
He made rookie after 3 days
That
of
QBR don't lie, man.
It doesn't lie.
That's the name off of it, bro. Just look at the numbers. The stats say the QBR was 38.
You're talking to Mr. Take the name off of. I'm the one who took Sanders off his jersey.
And Cleveland fans, man, they're eating this up. For years, they've been begging for some real excitement at quarterback. Somebody young, hungry, and electric. And Shedeur Sanders, he's the full package. It's like watching a movie unfold in real time. Every pass he launches feels like a message to the league. Every practice rep looks like a trailer for the blockbuster that's about to drop. You can feel the tension building, like everyone already knows who the real hero of this story is. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel's trying his best to keep that cool face on. He's smiling through interviews, saying all the right things, pretending like the noise isn't getting to him. But deep down, you can tell it's eating him alive. Because this isn't just about competition anymore, it's about legacy. You can't outshine a Sanders. That family name comes with swagger built in. One quarterback's desperate to prove he belongs, and the other's out to prove he was born for this. And the difference? One's got that spark, that unteachable, unstoppable energy that makes defenses crumble and whole stadiums roar. Shedeur doesn't fold under pressure. He feeds off it. Every bit of doubt just becomes more fuel for his fire. And now with that door cracked wide open after Flacco's trade, he's ready to kick it all the way off the hinges.
Myles Garrett just told the truth about Shedeur Sanders. And what he said has fans shocked. This might be the first time we've heard how the team really feels about Shedeur.
Shedeur Sanders, as a veteran, what's impressed you the most on how he's approached the game?
The time he takes, showing up early. Coach's office is easily seen when you walk in the building, and almost every morning you see him in there, talking through plays, talking through schemes with coach, and making sure that he's ready for his moment when he gets called up. And I appreciate that level of maturity and attention to detail.
Let's not forget, this moment's been brewing since way back in college. Every snap, every headline, every sideline camera catching Deion Sanders cheering with those iconic shades. It all built toward this. The belief that Shedeur wasn't just a name, but a whole movement. A quarterback made for bright lights, high stakes, and pressure that crushes most players before kickoff. And now, in the NFL, he's finally getting the chance to prove Deion was right all along. And oh, the poetic justice of it all. Because somewhere out there, Deion's got that proud knowing grin. The one that says, "Told y'all." He's been preaching this for years. And now the world's finally catching up. Shedeur's not just another young quarterback. He's the headline, the spark, the showstopper. The fans have already chosen sides. And that wave of hype? You can't fight it. It's roaring one name loud and clear. Shedeur! The wild part. Just a few weeks ago, it was all Dillon this and Gabriel that. Now the city's chanting, "When's Shedeur starting?" The man hasn't even taken a regular season NFL snap yet, and folks are already printing mock jerseys like it's destiny. That's what real star power does. It bends reality itself. Meanwhile, Dillon's out here trying to prove he's still the guy, but every incomplete pass turns into a meme. Every overthrown ball feels like another sign from the football gods, and every perfect deep ball from Shedeur in practice makes the whispers louder. Deion was right.
Myles Garrett just told the truth about Shedeur Sanders. And what he said has fans shocked. This might be the first time we've heard how the team really feels about Shedeur.
Shedeur Sanders, as a veteran, what's impressed you the most on how he's approached the game?
The time he takes, showing up early. Coach's office is easily seen when you walk in the building, and almost every morning you see him in there, talking through plays, talking through schemes with coach and making.
It's gotta burn, especially after months of confident talk. Dillon Gabriel walked into that quarterback room thinking he had all the time in the world to settle in, learn the playbook, and ease into the spotlight. But now, he's side-eyeing every throw, wondering if the coaches are grading his form or secretly waiting for Shedeur to steal the show. That's not just pressure, that's full-on psychological warfare. And Shedeur, oh, he's playing it smooth. That quiet confidence, that calm smirk, it's lethal. He looks like he's already visualizing the next touchdown before the snap even hits his hands. He's not just fighting for a roster spot, he's crafting a storyline, building the legend of the young phenom who came to claim everything they said he couldn't. Even the coaches can't help standing taller when he walks by. That swagger's contagious. And it's driving Dillon crazy because how do you compete with someone who doesn't even try to compete? Someone who just is. Shedeur walks like a QB1, talks like a QB1, practices like a QB1. The title just hasn't caught up yet. It's like watching a slow-motion takeover, hilarious and brutal at the same time. Dillon's out here trying to lead, barking out plays, forcing energy, while Shedeur just drops one perfect dime. And instantly, the whispers start again. Effortless domination.
The Cincinnati Bengals have just traded with the Cleveland Browns to acquire Joe Flacco. Ladies and gentlemen, that has Dillon Gabriel, who didn't play that badly this past weekend, as your QB1 with, logically speaking, Shedeur Sanders moving up as your QB2.
And if you think this pressure's fading anytime soon, think again. Every sports show, every tweet, every new highlight reel from here on out is going to line these two up side by side. Every slip-up Dillon makes will get matched with a split-screen shot of Shedeur smiling cool as ever on the sideline. Every interception will come with that same cold caption. Maybe it's time. You can feel the shift happening. And the wild part? Everyone sees it coming except Dillon. He's still out there trying to play calm, pretending the noise ain't getting to him. But you can't fake calm when the man breathing down your neck is a Sanders. See, the Sanders family doesn't chase the spotlight. They are the spotlight. And this isn't some Cinderella underdog story where Shedeur just sneaks up and surprises people. Nah, he's been waiting for this stage, biding his time like a pro. Deion's words about discipline, legacy, and destiny, they're starting to sound prophetic now. Shedeur's not here to hold a clipboard. He's here to claim the throne, one perfect throw at a time. And if Dillon Gabriel doesn't lock in soon, he might just become the first casualty in the rise of the next big name in football. You can already picture that moment. Shedeur steps in mid-game. The crowd loses its mind. Commentators scrambling for words. Social media going nuclear. That's the dream for most players, but for Shedeur Sanders, it's just another day proving the doubters wrong.
Number 2, I feel good about this. I did not like Joe Flacco being the number 2 behind Dillon Gabriel as the number 1. It was stupid. It was dumb to me. It was absolutely dumb. It made no sense. Shedeur being the number 2 means there is a viable path to starting. Now, it might take an injury to Dillon Gabriel. We wish that upon no man. But at least there is a viable path to starting when Shedeur Sanders is the number 2. Now, Gabriel has more pressure on him, I would suggest, than any quarterback in football, which is the wildest thing to say for a rookie making his second start. Because Shedeur Sanders, one of the most popular quarterbacks in all of the NFL, is hovering behind you. And the world's favorite player is a backup quarterback.
And the irony of it all, those slick little comments Dillon tossed out, those cocky one-liners and side jabs, they're about to become perfect background music for the highlight reel when Shedeur finally takes over, because the internet never forgets. And karma? Oh, she's undefeated in sports. So here we are. The Browns might have just stumbled into the most electrifying quarterback rivalry of the entire season. One man's fighting to stay relevant, while the other's ready to take it all by force. The energy's wild, the tension's thick, and the fans are already drawing battle lines. But if history's any clue, there's only one way this story ends. The same way it always does when a Sanders is involved. With a grin, a celebration, and a scoreboard that does all the talking. Because Shedeur doesn't chase opportunities, he creates them. And right now, Cleveland might be witnessing the start of something legendary. Dillon can talk tough, puff his chest, and smile for cameras all he wants, but deep down, he feels it, the coaches see it, and the fans definitely know it. Shedeur Sanders isn't coming for the spotlight, he is the spotlight. And that's the thing about Shedeur. He doesn't need to announce a takeover. He lets the game do the talking. Every crisp throw, every perfect read, every confident step onto the turf says it louder than words ever could. The era's shifting, and he's the one rewriting it.
Joe Flacco has been traded to the Bengals, so that now makes Shedeur Sanders quarterback too. That's gonna make a lot of people happy because after Dillon Gabriel got put to QB1, Joe Flacco was the backup, and Shedeur Sanders was still QB3. So now that they traded Joe Flacco, QB2 would be Shedeur Sanders. Now, I do think it's crazy that people praying on Dillon Gabriel downfall, not saying they praying on injuries, but they hope that he don't play good so they can see Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur got a big name, he got a big brand, so people want to see him play.
Meanwhile, Dillon's still out there doing interviews about staying focused, acting like the whispers aren't getting louder by the day, but everybody sees it. The nervous glances, the fake smiles, the quiet panic of a man watching his comfort zone fade right in front of him. And every single week, that pressure turns up another notch. Shedeur's fan base is multiplying fast. Reporters are camping out just to film his warm-ups. Fans are flooding social feeds with clips, and the city's buzzing like it's waiting for a storm to hit. The locker room energy's shifting, and the truth feels just one snap away. Dillon might still hold the QB1 title on paper, but paper don't win football games. Talent does. And when that talent's got Deion Sanders' DNA and a chip the size of Colorado on his shoulder, the outcome's already written. It's only a matter of time before Shedeur flips that QB2 label into nothing but a forgotten footnote. Dillon talked the talk, but Shedeur, he's about to rewrite the whole playbook, one perfect pass at a time. So drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. This saga's just getting started.